How's it going, my guys, gals, non-binary pals, and nerds everywhere? Welcome back to Nerd Explosion, the weekly podcast. I'm Cameron.
What?
You heard what I said.
Okay, I'm Kate.
And we are continuing our video game trivia month by talking, let me restart that. We are continuing our video game trivia month by covering Legend of Zelda this episode. Now, Caitlin, love of my life, dearest.
Yep.
How well do you think you know Legend of Zelda?
I would like to think that I know it pretty well, considering it is my favorite video game. It's my favorite video game of all time. And the fact that the Ocarina of Time was the first game I ever played, period.
I was just going to ask, what was the first Zelda game you played?
Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time?
And I played the shit out of that and Master Quest.
What would you say your favorite Zelda games are? Either currently or just...
What do you want, like my top 5?
Well, yeah, top 5, top 3, whatever.
Okay, number 1, Majora's Mask, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Ocarina of Time. 3 would probably be Twilight Princess.
Mm-hmm.
4 would be A Link to the Past. And then 5 would probably be Link's Awakening.
Interesting. Yeah.
Well, Link's Awakening or Minish Cap. They're close tied for 5th.
See, and Legend of Zelda is another one of those series, kind of, just like Kingdom Hearts, that I am absolutely obsessed with. I would say, I can't even, if I had to put my top 5, I would, I don't even know. If I had to put my top 5, I would say number 1 for me is Twilight Princess.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Majora's Mask. Number 3, I put Breath of the Wild.
I have not been able to play Breath of the Wild.
4, Wind Waker.
Oh, I forgot about
5,
Wind Waker.
I would do Ocarina of Time.
You know what? I changed my mind. Wind Waker is my number 5 because those goddamn Koroks get me every time.
But we're not here to talk about what our top 5 Zelda games are. That's for another month. Today, we're going to see how well you think you know Legend of Zelda.
I'm just going to say this up top. I'm going to do embarrassingly bad.
And I think for this episode, I'm not going to put any background music behind it because I know if I do, Nintendo will come after me. Yeah, which I'm kind of surprised they didn't come after the last episode because, Kingdom Hearts is owned by Disney, and Disney is kind of, they're real touchy with their stuff.
They're real uppity about their shit.
Which, I haven't looked at the YouTube version of this in a while, so, yeah, I don't, they may have copyrighted me, but, oh well. It's not like I'm in this for the money. Speaking of the YouTube version, that's where you can listen to this podcast. But if you don't listen on YouTube, you can also listen on other podcast platforms. We release new episodes every Saturday. That's my opening spiel. That was Kate's burp that I just blew past. Anyway, let's get into this. It's not my fault.
You brought me a D-Peppy.
Let's get into this. Alright, testing your Zelda knowledge. I should get my notes app open, which I wasn't prepared for because I'm a yutz. Alright, I don't have a whole lot of Zelda questions, but I feel like a lot of them are good, openings for discussion.
Okay.
So you ready for this?
No, but yeah, hit me.
Okay, question 1. In which game did the Master Sword first make an appearance?
Ooh.
So which Zelda game was the Master Sword first introduced?
See, I feel like this is a trick question.
Why do you feel like it's a trick question?
Because immediately I went to It's Dangerous to Go Alone, Take This. But I don't think that was technically considered the Master Sword. I think that was just considered a sword. I believe the first appearance of the Master Sword was Ocarina of Time.
Is that your final answer?
No.
That is incorrect.
Is it Link to the Past?
It's Link to the Past.
God damn it!
Yeah, Link to the Past was the first introduction.
Because that's what Sahasrara. That's what Sahasrara. I legitimately can't say
Link
his name.
to the Past is the first time they call it the Master Sword. Well, technically the first time the Master Sword was a thing.
But I was right though. That's the scene that I'm thinking of.
Are you? Yeah, you're thinking
when you're
of,
in
like,
the cave and he's like, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
That's from the first Zelda. The one in Link to the Past is when you go into the woods.
Oh, yeah.
There's that clearing in the woods
Okay.
and you pull it and Link pulls it out.
I should know that because I watched my dad play Link to the Past like 500 times growing up.
Already off to a rough start.
I hate it here.
Don't worry, a lot of these questions they'll vary between easy and
I
hard.
did say up top I was going to do embarrassingly bad. So far I'm par for the course.
All right, number 2. What is the name of the legendary horse that Link can ride in multiple games?
Epona.
That is correct.
And you picked my favorite sound for when I'm right. I love those little Koroks.
Number 3. Which game introduced the concept of multiple timelines in the Legend of Zelda series?
Would that have been Majora's Mask?
That is incorrect. It was actually
Link Between Worlds?
Ocarina of Time.
Oh! How?
Because Ocarina of Time is where the timeline
because you
splits.
become an adult. I should have fucking known that.
Come on, man.
God damn it.
You're trying to let me down here, man.
I'm letting myself down.
Okay, next question. What is the name of the main antagonist? Are you Snapchatting in the middle of my discussion?
Yeah, I am.
Oh my god.
I'm listening.
What is the name of the main antagonist in The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword?
Oh.
Antagonist meaning villain.
Yeah, I know. What is his fucking name? He's all creepy and slithery like a snake.
I think I know who you're thinking of, and it's not that person.
Oh, is this a trick question?
antagonist.
Is it Ganon?
The main antagonist.
Ganon?
The answer is Demise. I think you were thinking of Girahim.
Oh, I was thinking of Girahim.
But he's not the main villain. He helps the main villain, but the main villain in Skyward Sword is Demise.
Yeah, I never would have got that. I played Skyward Sword like once.
Wasn't it just you a few days ago that was like, oh, I'm ready for this. I know everything about Zelda. And then you're like, yeah, I only played this game like once.
First of all, I never said I know everything about Zelda.
All right. So if that last question was kind of rough, this next question might be a little rough. But I'll give it to you if you can get
I just want the people to know before we continue that not 10 minutes ago I looked you in your eyeballs and said, are you setting me up for failure? And you said no. And so far I'm feeling a little
I haven't
gaslit.
set you up for failure. You're failing on yourself. It's a skill issue, my guy.
Okay.
All right. In Ocarina of Time, what are the 3 spiritual stones needed to open the door of time? I'm not really giving you any points because, like I said, points don't matter, but
So it's
I'll give it to you if you can get either the names of the gems or like the full names.
the Kokiri Emerald.
Okay. Like I said, if you didn't guess the actual, just the names of the gems.
Zora Sapphire.
Okay.
And the ruby that you get from defeating the fire temple in the Goron area.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, but no, I think I'm wrong.
Yes, the 3 spiritual stones are Kokiri's Emerald, Goron's Ruby, and Zora's Sapphire.
Yeah, Goron's ruby.
All right, next question. What year did the original Legend of Zelda release?
Oh.
The original.
The Legend of Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
79.
You want to try again?
Give me a hint, higher or lower?
Higher.
89.
1986.
Oh, okay.
All right, next question. Which Zelda game features a talking hat as a companion?
Minish Cap.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Oh, I went the wrong way. Next question. What is the name of the land where most of the Legend of Zelda games take place?
Hyrule.
How's that Sprite asthma for you? That is correct.
Sprite asthma. Yeah.
Next question. Sorry, I'm clearing my throat a lot. I had McDonald's before this, and it kind of messes with you. In Majora's Mask, how many days does Link have to stop the moon from crashing into Termina?
Technically speaking, 3.
That is correct.
Even though you can restart it as many times as you want.
Fun fact, there is actually a glitch where you can enact a 4th day. Like, you do this glitch, and it's a 4th day, and basically the moon has disappeared, and you can do whatever you want, but I don't think you can progress. You can just run around like normal.
I use that meme every single year on December 31st. Dawn of the final day.
Next question. What is the name of Link's fairy companion in Ocarina of Time?
The same thing I named my Apple Watch, Navi.
I figured you already did that one.
Yeah.
This next one, I don't know. You might have to think a little bit.
Also, my cell phone is Legend of Zelda named too.
Oh, yeah.
And so are my AirPods.
Which is weird because I named my phone Willy Wonka.
I named my phone the Great Fairy, and my AirPods are Tattle and Tail, respectively.
Next question. What are the different forms Ganon can take? So I got 3 here.
Okay, so there's Puppet Master Ganon.
I mean, you're getting very specific.
Oh.
I wasn't that specific. I just did like his main 3. Thank you for turning away from the mic while you burped.
So, are we talking about like Ganondorf, Ganon, and then Phantom Ganon? Or
I didn't even count that one.
Okay.
I mean, I'll include that in the answer, but I don't even think about Phantom Ganon.
Well, he's technically speaking, he's got like 6 different forms. There's Beast Ganon, there's Phantom Ganon, there's Puppet Ganon, Ganondorf.
I mean, I kind of want to give it to you because I know you're on the right track. Even though one I included could technically count as the other. So for my answers, I put Beast form, Human form, and Calamity form.
Oh, I forgot
like
about
the form he takes
Ganon.
in Breath of the Wild. Because I count that as a completely different entity, different form entirely.
Yeah.
Until Tears of the Kingdom, where he becomes human again, and he's voiced by the wonderful Matt Mercer.
Oh, love Matt Mercer.
How many versions of Twilight Princess are there?
The original, the HD, and is there a special edition too? Like a re-release?
Do you want to stick with saying 3?
Yes.
Technically, you're right. Not about what they are, but you did say 3. So there's the GameCube version, the Wii version, which basically released like almost immediately after, and then the Wii U version, which was the HD version.
Oh.
And a lot of people are wanting Nintendo.
Was the Wii U only HD? Because I feel like the one for the Wii was HD too.
No, the Wii U was the HD one.
Oh.
But it originally came out on the GameCube, and then it released on the Wii, which, a weird fact about that one is that apparently the whole game, the whole Wii version was mirrored.
Yeah, because Link is canonically left-handed.
Which is he's left-handed, but they had to switch it so that Link is right-handed in the Wii version, because it's motion controls, and most people are right-handed.
100%.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, so far you're doing a lot better. Next question.
I still think you set me up for failure, but that's
These ones are going to get a little harder.
God damn it. Okay.
In The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, I did a lot of Twilight Princess questions in here because it's my personal favorite. Mm-hmm. In Twilight Princess, what are the 3 pieces of the Mirror of Twilight hidden in the game?
Dog, I don't fucking remember. I forgot about the mirror.
I forgot about the mirror. I forgot about the what's her name? When she brings you to, they get one of the mirror pieces and all of a sudden she turns evil, she's like, "No, take mirror."
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right. I won't tell that against you because that's like a very specific question.
Set me up for failure, y'all.
The 3 pieces of the mirror of Twilight that you don't find are the mirror shard of Twilight, and the mirror shard of Light.
See, and half my guess legitimately was going to be something with the light in Twilight, because that was like the whole theme of the game. Twilight Princess, by the way, very pretty game. Very aesthetically pleasing.
I mean, yeah, it is pretty, like, for its time. It doesn't look that fantastic by, like, today's standards, but I think the story is why it's my personal favorite. Because, it just has a really engaging story. It's basically, it tried to get as dark as, like, Majora's Mask got. Mm-hmm. Like, it had that kind of feel. And also, Midna had no business being that thick.
Literally, Midna was low-key my gay awakening. She reminded me of a small, sassy Shiko.
Yeah, kind of.
Right? Like, you see what I'm saying?
Like, I see it, yeah. Next question. In Breath of the Wild, what is the name of the ancient technology that Link uses throughout the game? I'll give you a hint. The technology is supposed to be shaped after the console the game came out on.
It's shaped like the Switch. I know that, but that's not the hint that you think it was.
You have to think on it.
I know the main thing you use to open the temples and stuff is the Sheikah slate.
Is that your final answer?
Like the Sheikah technology?
Well, you said Sheikah slate, so I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
It is. Yes, it is the Sheikah slate. In Link to the Past.
Oh, okay. I think I misunderstood the question. I thought you meant like the technology overall, not just like the main thing.
Well, it does say ancient technology, but then the answer that I got through, because I had AI generate this.
Because I was like, I don't know what the fuck he uses with that magnet arch thing. I don't know what it's called.
I literally had ChatGPT generate these questions, and it is weird wording, because it says, what is the name of the ancient technology? But then it says the answer is the Sheikah slate. So, Sheikah technology, basically. Basically, you got the right answer. All right. In Link to the Past, what is the name of the Dark World counterpart to the Lost Woods?
In Link to the Past?
In Link to the Past, in the Dark World, what are the Lost Woods called? They're not called the Lost Woods in the Dark World.
My gut reaction is to say the Dark Lost Woods, but that's wrong. That's what I would have called them.
That would just be the thing for every evil character ever. Hi, this is Terry, and this is Dark Terry.
Hi, I'm Princess Zelda, and I'm Dark Princess Zelda.
And I'm Dark Zelda. They literally did that in Metroid. I'm just thinking. Like, there was an evil version of Samus that's literally just called Dark Samus. And in Kid Icarus too, my god.
The Dark World version of the Lost Woods.
Do you need a hint?
Yes.
For those listening, I just tapped my head.
The Headwoods?
What's in your head?
The Brainwoods?
Oh my god.
The Mindwoods?
I'm ending it now. It's called the Skullwoods.
Oh, yeah. See, your actual head is your skull, so that wasn't a great hint. I'm just being honest.
Moving on. Now this, you said you really liked Majora's Mask, so I hope you would at least know one of these. In Majora's Mask, what are the names of the 4 giants that Link must awaken to stop the moon from crashing into Termina?
The 4 giants?
The 4 giants that stop the moon.
You would think I would know this because it's my favorite game.
I guess they're also the name of like the 4 bosses that you fight.
Oh, I don't remember the names of the bosses.
Do you want to give it an attempt?
I don't even have an educated guess.
Alright, so the 4 giants in Majora's Mask are named Odolwa, Goat, Fjord, and Twinbold.
I maybe would have gotten Twinbold and Goat, but the other two, not a chance.
Literally the names of the bosses you fight in the dungeons.
I was bold of you to assume I paid attention to the names of the dungeon bosses.
All right, next one.
That game is so fucking stressful.
This one I hope you'll definitely get. In Wind Waker, what is the name of the island where Link begins his journey?
Outside Island.
There we go.
Also,
It is called Outset Island.
I'm a little disappointed that there haven't been any Tingle questions yet.
Why would I ask you a Tingle question?
Because Tingle is the goat.
I don't give a fuck about Tingle.
You put some respect on his name. Mr. Ferryman.
The hero Shade in Twilight Princess teaches Link sword techniques. But who are they really?
Legend says that the hero's Shade is actually Link from Ocarina of Time, I believe.
Yes, it is actually confirmed that the hero Shade is the spirit of Link from Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, respectively.
The hero of time.
Because Majora's Mask ends up in, that whole spiel.
Majora's Mask is the game in the timeline where Link fails in Ocarina of Time and Ganon wins.
No, that's
Or it's Twilight Princess.
No, because I'll get to that later. But I got one more question for you, and then I got a really
I'm gonna sit here and tell you why you're wrong
question.
about my favorite game of all time. Name that reference.
Eat a Raptor. Aaron Hansen. All right. So
Oh god,
Link,
I see the whole timeline map on there.
Link has I'm getting to that. Link has had many companions throughout his adventures.
Mm-hmm.
How many can you name?
Midna.
Okay.
Fee.
Okay.
My girl Navi.
Okay.
Technically Tingle.
I'm not counting Tingle.
Well, you should.
He's not a companion. He doesn't come with you throughout your entire journey. You meet up with him in one spot.
Tattle and Tail.
I'll count that as one, but yeah.
Who did I say? Midna, Fee, Navi, Tattle and Tail, Minish Cap.
I'll give it to you, even though his name is Eslo.
It's like Baby Yoda. I know his real name, but he will always be Baby Yoda. I know Eslo has a name, but to me, he'll always be Minish Cappy.
Minish Cappy.
Yeah, he was my little guy.
My good time boy, my sweet cheese.
I'm a sweet cheese, my good time boy. Do we count the bird from Skyward Sword?
The bird?
Yeah, his little bird that he flies.
I wouldn't count the bird. Well, yeah, I guess we could count the bird.
Okay, so 6.
Even though they're not with you throughout your entire journey, you do use them quite a bit throughout Skyward Sword.
Is it just those 5 then?
There is one that I'm thinking of that I'm surprised you haven't mentioned. I don't know if you'll get.
I'm thinking about... Okay, let me go through the games. So you have Navi and Ocarina. You have Midna and Twilight Princess. Minish Cap and Minish Cap, obviously. Sorry, Eslo in Minish Cap.
Mm-hmm.
Tattle and Tail in Majora's Mask.
Yes.
Do we decide we're counting the burb?
Yeah, sure. We'll
Okay,
count
so
bird.
the burb in Skyward Sword. Fee. Or no, because we wouldn't count the bird because Fee would be...
Fee would be the companion.
Your
'cause
companion,
Fee is with
okay.
you throughout your entire journey.
So, Navi, Tattletale.
Master, your Wii remote batteries have depleted.
You fucked me up. Navi, Tattle and Tail, Midna, Fee, Minish Cap, Eslo. Who the fuck else am I forgetting? Can you give me a hint? What game is it?
It's from one of the handheld ones.
Oh, I never played those. Objection! Link's Awakening or Minish Cap. They're close tied for 5th.
You're a phony! Hey, this guy's a great big phony!
Okay, so I'll tell you. The one I'm thinking of is Princess Zelda in Phantom Hourglass.
Oh, I never
Because I
played
think
that.
she dies at some point in Phantom Hourglass, and she becomes a ghost, and she is with you throughout the journey.
Crazy fucking dark.
Like she's
I was
able
gonna
to
say for a Zelda game, but Zelda games are inherently dark.
Like she has a thing in that game where she's able to possess things of armor and, you know, basically help you out in certain dungeons.
Yeah, I've only played the console games, which is kind of a bummer on my part, but I got all the console game companions, right?
Yeah, you got most of them. You got pretty much all of them.
What do you mean most of them? Who did I miss?
I don't know. I can't think of any more.
I'm pretty sure it's just those 5, actually.
It really depends on what you want to count as companion. Personally, for me, I count somebody who's with you throughout your entire journey and helps you. Like Minna's always with you, or Navi's always with you. You know, those kind of
Tattle and Tail, one of them is always with you, but I think it's Tail that gets stuck behind the wall and kind of fucks off, and Tattle gets stuck with you.
If you want to get if you want to expand an old lie, you could be like, oh, the King of Red Lions.
I forgot about the King of Red Lions.
I'm just thinking of the Game Grumps joke where, like, what if when he went to talk to Link, instead of like speaking English, he just speaks in a different language. He's like, rah, 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 rah.
Some
Link's like,
aggressive ass sounding language.
Link's just like, I don't know. All right. Now for my last question.
For a second, I thought you were going to be like, not for my last trick.
Now for my last trick, I'm about to reach in my Barbara. Like Dabra, abracadabra.
Shout out
Just
Eminem.
like that, and I'm Barbara. All right, last question. Are you ready for this one?
No.
List the Zelda timeline.
Okay.
In order.
The Legend of Zelda.
Nope. Already failed.
The fuck you mean no?
That's not where everything starts. In order?
I don't know the order.
In order? In order? Be artist, put our service to the test.
Okay, are you counting like all of the games, like the fucking handhelds too?
Well, yeah, because they're in the timeline.
You know what? I'm just gonna take the L. I have no fucking idea.
All right. So, for those that are
He
curious,
did set me up for failure. I just want that on public record.
the start of the timeline would be Skyward Sword.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay,
And
hold
then-
on. Skyward Sword,
Okay.
then Legend of Zelda,
Nope.
Skyward Sword, Ocarina.
Close, but no. And just so you know, the original Legend of Zelda, you're far off.
Which it was the first game that they made, so that doesn't make any fucking sense.
I'm talking about like a story timeline.
Okay, Skyward Sword,
Okay.
Twilight Princess.
Nope.
What the hell comes after Skyward Sword then?
Do you want me to just go through it?
No.
Are you just being stubborn now?
Yes. Skyward Sword and then Wind Waker.
Nope.
Oh, see, that would have made sense to me. Master Quest. Even though that's technically just Ocarina of Time on
That's
hard
just
mode.
Ocarina of Time. I mean, I'll let you know.
A Link
if
to the
you-
Past?
I'll let you know if you got them a little bit in time, but like a lot of these are like just so you know, Ocarina of Time were still splits. So there's,
that's
like,
right.
3 separate timelines.
Yeah, there's
Ocarina of
no
Time.
chance. I have no idea.
Okay, so from the beginning, Skyward Sword, Minish Cap, 4 Swords,
Bro, I forgot about 4 Swords.
Ocarina of Time, which then splits into
Okay, this I think I can do.
3 separate timelines. So the 3 timelines for Ocarina of Time are the Downfall timeline, where Link is defeated,
Which is Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess.
You're thinking of a different timeline.
Okay, Ocarina of Time. Majora's Mask.
Okay.
And then Wind Waker.
Nope. You were close. You were close to one of them.
Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask,
Yes.
Breath of the Wild.
Nope.
Okay, Ocarina.
I just see your gears turning.
Majora's Mask.
Okay.
What would have followed Majora's Mask then?
I think it was related to one of the questions we had. I will say, I didn't say you were wrong with Twilight Princess. You just combined two different timelines. Do you want me to give it to you?
No. Ocarina of Time, Link fails, Majora's Mask, so he goes into purgatory, allegedly. And then, if it's not Wind Waker, okay, what is it? And then I'll try to guess the other two timelines.
Okay, so the child timeline, where Link is still alive, but this is when, after he goes back in time to be a kid again, is Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, and Four Swords Adventure.
Okay.
So, the adult timeline...
Stupid. So the adult timeline would be... Are we still counting Ocarina of Time? Because he's an adult at the end of that game.
So, Ocarina of Time... So, the adult timeline would be if, before he goes back, if he didn't,
Okay, so Ocarina, Twilight Princess.
We just did that in the child timeline. We just solved the child timeline.
Okay. Fuck. Okay. You know what? I'm never gonna fucking get this because this timeline is so fucking convoluted.
Okay, so the adult timeline from off of Ocarina of Time goes into Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass, and Spirit Tracks.
Okay, but he's a child in all of those games.
That's a different Link. There are more than one Link, babe. You should know this as a supposed Zelda fan.
Hashtag fake fan. I don't think about when I'm playing the games, I don't think about the timeline. Oh, I'm just like, oh, it's Kid Link. Oh, it's Cartoon Link. Oh, we're an adult now. Like,
the events of
the
Ocarina
lore
of Time are legend in Wind Waker. And Link is born with the spirit of the hero. He's
that makes sense because you get the Hero of Time outfit.
Because in the adult timeline, eventually at one point, Hyrule floods, and that's when we get, Wind Waker and stuff. Now, do you want to try to guess the downfall timeline?
No, because I'm just going to embarrass myself.
Okay, so the downfall timeline is...
Hold on, I'll guess.
The downfall timeline is basically Ganondorf defeating Link. Like, Link dies. And this is a whole nother timeline. And I guess from looking at my thing with the release of Tears of the Kingdom is now the official canon timeline for a lot of stuff.
With TOK?
Tears of the Kingdom made the downfall timeline like the original timeline.
Okay, so from Ocarina of Time then, from what you just said, logic would lead me to believe that we go into...
Also... Quick note I want to add here, this thing I downloaded, the events that, obviously from Ocarina of Time that go off in the child and adult, these are considered the timeline without Zelda, or the Lost Princess timeline.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So now everything from Skyward Sword, Ocarina of Time going off into the downfall timeline is the original timeline.
So then we would have going off of Ocarina of Time, then would it be Breath of the Wild?
That's in there, but it's not the first one. It's in there.
So it's something Breath of the Wild and then Tears of the Kingdom?
Breath of the Wild is towards the end.
How many fucking games are in this timeline?
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, because I'm going to guess 4 of them are fucking handhelds.
So the downfall timeline, this is obviously Ganondorf defeating Link, goes into first Link to the Past. And
That's
then,
that far down? That was like the second or third game that came out ever.
Oh yeah, but as far as like story timeline, it's the first in the downfall timeline. Which that
Nintendo, what are you doing?
That then goes into the Oracle games. Oracle Seasons and Ages. And then Link's Awakening, Link Between Worlds, Triforce Heroes, the original Zelda, Zelda 2, Breath of the Wild, and then Tears of the Kingdom. And the reason
fucking convoluted.
And the reason, I guess, Tears of the Kingdom makes this the original timeline, going off of this thing, says Zelda travels back in time and establishes a loop within the original timeline without a timeline A to lead into the events that create timeline B. Timeline B instead implicitly leads to the creation of timeline A, the timeline where Zelda never traveled back in time. So basically, Zelda does some time traveling in Tears of the Kingdom to make that whole original timeline, from Skyward Sword to, going from Ocarina of Time, going off into Link to the Past. That is the original timeline. So she basically tried to fix her own timeline.
Convoluted.
Yeah, and you thought Kingdom Hearts was complicated.
This is still 10 times less complicated than Kingdom Hearts. Let's be clear.
That is true. Kingdom Hearts is a bit of a mess.
I feel like with Kingdom Hearts, they're making it up as they go along.
I mean, there's always a plan, but it's just
Is there, though?
There is. It just all gets dumped all at once. Like literally, it's just like, I mean, even look at Dream Drop Distance. It's just like, hey, all these guys have a little bit of Xehanort in them. And you're like, fucking what?
He's fucking making Horcruxes? What are we doing here?
Me. I'm already half Xehanort. That's nuts.
Okay, anyway. See, when I said I wanted you to quiz me on Zelda, I should have been specific and been like, on these 3 games in particular.
When you quiz me on Zelda, you have to do the specific questions that I think of and I know the answers to.
You could have told me, like, I could have told you what the story with the Deku Tree is. I could have told you what the first boss in the whole game was.
What's the story of the Deku Tree?
Don't put me on the spot like that. Basically, the Deku Tree sends Navi to wake you up because you have to go on a quest to defeat the thing living in the Deku Tree, but that also leads to the death of the Deku Tree and the progression of the game.
Fascinating.
And the big boss lady's name was Goma, and she was a fucking pain in the ass. And then she dropped these little baby Gomas on you, and they were impossibly fast and hard to hit.
Well, thank you guys for tuning
fucking
in.
Z-targeting my ass. And don't get me started on those goddamn keys.
I would say you did fairly well. I mean, obviously you don't know ins and outs of like Zelda stuff, but it's clear you have a love for the. Thank you for muting the mic before you burped. Thank you again.
You're so welcome.
But like, even though you didn't get them all right, it's clear that you do actually really like the Zelda series.
I have a very
It's clear you have a love for it.
I have a very sentimental relationship with the Zelda series because it was one of the first games that like I got to play with my dad.
Yeah, and like I said, with Twilight Princess, it was the first Zelda game I ever got my hands on. Like, I had played other ones before that. Like, I had played the original Zelda, but Twilight Princess was the first one I owned and, completed.
Yeah, I'm super close to my dad, and just being able to play video games with him, or watch him play video games, or have him watch me and guide me playing video games is fun. Even now as an adult, sometimes I go over there and he'll be playing Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, and he'll just be launching shit just for fun. He'll like pick up an enemy and launch it, and I'm like, hey man, what you doing? And he's like, launching stuff.
And I mean, Zelda is still going today. I mean, what was it not that long ago that they announced a new game?
Yes.
What is it called? Echoes of Wisdom, I think it's called.
Hold on, let me look.
Yeah, I believe that's what it's called. They literally just announced, like, within the past month, a new Zelda game. And I believe it's called Echoes of Wisdom or something like that.
The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom is a new Legend of Zelda game that will be released on Nintendo Switch September 26th, 2024.
So September
in this game,
literally in like 2 months.
In this game, players take on the role of Princess Zelda as she searches for her missing companion Link all across the lands of Hyrule. Zelda receives a mysterious staff called the Tri-Rod. I feel like we could have been more creative with that name, but whatever. Which allows her to create echoes of objects that can be recreated later.
You just blew past my joke there.
No, I didn't. I just ignored it intentionally.
Oh, okay.
Even if a wall is blocking her path, the game will feature cartoon-style graphics similar to Link's Awakening 2019 and will allow players to customize their experience and engage in solo or multiplayer battles. A Nintendo Switch Lite inspired by the Legend of Zelda series will also be available at launch. I might have to buy that.
No, what we need is a legit Nintendo Switch that we can hook up to the TV.
It is.
No, not the Lite.
No, hold on. Mira, let me... Bitch.
You said Nintendo Switch Lite.
Yeah, and then I saw this guy. Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, that's the Tears of the Kingdom. Just kidding. Never mind. Don't mind me.
Anyway, I feel like that was a good episode, and if you haven't played Legend of Zelda, go out and play it. I don't know what ones are readily available now that you can, other than the Skyward Sword remake, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know what else on the Nintendo store is out there available, but Link's Awakening is out there too. So, I mean, if you're able to have access to a Zelda game, definitely play one. They're definitely worth it.
They are very fun.
They're definitely worth they're a nice little romp through a fantastical land. But
and sometimes in the newer games you can just launch stuff for fun.
You can just throw shit at people. And isn't that what everyone wants in life? To just be able to throw shit at people without a care in the world.
Or just throw people in general. Some people are in serious need of
just
being
throw
hated.
People in general. Ever have the need to just pick up a person and yeet them across the street?
For real.
Like, every day I just look at a person and I'm like, you need to be tossed into traffic. The idea.
You need to be tossed into traffic.
Oh my god! I think we can end it there. I think that's a good note to end it on.
You ever look at somebody and think you need to be tossed into
You look
traffic?
like you need to be tossed in the traffic.
Oh my god, that really tickled my fancy.
Oh my god! I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys are doing positive things out there, drinking all your fluids as you should. I've been Cameron.
I've been Kate.
That's been Mochi. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Nerds out.